Dear children, today it's all about adding integers, conceptual understanding with examples and lots of practice. Let's get started. Points for the day. You can use tiles to represent lots of addition and subtraction problems. To do an addition, you need to add tiles. To do a subtraction, you need to remove tiles. But remember, you can always add or remove a zero pair without affecting anything. Now, what is this zero pair? Let's check. Before that, let's check what is the main idea for today's lesson. Add integers. Add integers with the same sign and add integers with different sign. Review vocabulary. Add-ins. Add-ins are the numbers that are added together. Sum. Sum is the result when two or more numbers are added together. The new vocabulary we are going to learn in this lesson are zero pairs, opposites, and additive inverse. Zero pairs. Lots of math involves adding and subtracting with positive and negative numbers. Positive and negative numbers cancel each other out. For example, if you add the numbers 1 and negative 1, you get 0. You can use this fact to add and subtract other numbers too. You can represent positive and negative integers using blue and red tiles. Each blue tile represents 1, so the number 5 would be shown using 5 blue tiles. Each red tile represents negative 1, so the number negative 3 would be shown using 3 red tiles. A red and a blue tile together make 0. This is called a zero pair because zero pairs have a value of 0. They do not affect the value of the other groups of tiles, as you can see in the given example. Now let's check few more examples. Add 5 and negative 3 with integer tiles. Take 5 blue tiles and 3 red tiles. You can remove the zero pairs. This leaves 2 blue tiles. So 5 plus negative 3 is equal to 2. Now it's your turn to have some hands-on activity. Use integer tiles to model and solve the sum of negative 6 and 5 and the sum of 8 and negative 3. Let's take up the first main idea of the lesson. Add integers with the same sign. Find the sum of negative 4 and negative 2. Use a number line. Start at 0. Move 4 units left. From there, move 2 units left as shown in the number line. So, the sum of negative 4 and negative 2 is negative 6. Now let's check the second example. Find the sum of 4 and 2 using a number line. Start at 0, move 4 units right. From there, move 2 units right. So the sum of 4 and 2 is 6. It's time to check your progress. Add. You can use a number line if necessary. From the above examples and the solutions you got when you checked your progress, have you observed that whenever we have two negative numbers, we move towards left, and whenever we have positive numbers, we move towards right? We are moving towards one direction only when we have same signs. By this, let us understand the key concept, that is, to add integers with the same sign, add their absolute values. The sum has the same sign as the integers. For example, a negative 7 and negative 3. When we are adding the absolute value, that is 10. And the sum has the same sign as the integers. Since the integers have a negative sign, even the sum will have the negative sign. Whereas in the second example, 5 plus 4 is equal to 9. Since both the integers have a positive sign, even the result will have a positive sign. Now there is a little tip in adding integers on a number line. Always start at 0, move right to model a positive integer and left to model a negative integer. The second point in the main idea of today's lesson is add integers with a different sign. Find the sum of 5 and negative 2. Use a number line. Start at 0, move 5 units right. From there, move 2 units left, as shown in the number line. Therefore, the sum of 5 and negative 2 is equal to 3. The second example shows the sum of negative 4 and positive 3 using a number line. Now it's time to check your progress. Add. Use a number line if necessary. From the above examples and by checking our progress, we observe that to add integers with different signs, we have to subtract their absolute values. The sum has the same sign as the integer with the greater absolute value. For example, 18 plus a negative 3 is equal to 15. Here, we subtracted 18 and 3. 18 minus 3 is equal to 15, and since 18 is the greater absolute value, has a positive sign, so the result will also have the same sign. You can also check out the real-life application examples on elevators. Now let's understand more about opposites and the additive inverse. Two numbers with the same absolute value but different signs are called opposites. For example, negative 2 and 2 are opposites. An integer and its opposite are called additive inverse. The key concept in adding the opposites is the additive inverse property, which states the sum of any number and its additive inverse is 0, as shown in the examples. Now that we have learnt about adding the integers, it's time to check your progress and be confident in the concept by answering the real-life application questions. I'll see you in the next class. Till then, you keep learning.